about y'all, but I cannot date a man who's not physically fit. Like, if you're not fit, we're not a fit. I don't know how else to explain it. And I don't think that people realize how important it is for a man to be physically fit. Because if you are called to lead, baby, the softest thing about you cannot be your body. It just can't.
Women are saying, oh, I love the dad bod, and oh, it's great. Oh, I don't care. Shut the up. Nobody likes the dad bod. I'm so sick of that whole theory. Nobody does. Get your ass in the gym. Take care of yourself. Like, that's what we want. It's primal, something genetic, hormonally inside you. Like what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
When you see a man with traps, forearms, a man that's just exuding like masculine energy, you're like, I want to f him. When he's feminine, beta, I don't even know what he's doing. You're like, no, that does not get me going. That does not make me want to fuck you.
Honestly, I don't know if this is like a controversial take, but like I could not date a guy who doesn't go to the gym. Like, what do you mean I have more discipline than you?
What's good, guys? It's your boy JostenJ coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right, women admit why attractive men who are fit are respected in modern dating. And a lot of dudes, right, they fight tooth and nail to be average, but then have a problem with being perceived as average. And in this space, we're talking about, women and their wants and their preferences or whatever. But at the end of the day, people respect things that are hard to go get, or what they think is hard to go get. Let's get into these clips.
A lot of women be lying, because explain to me why. Y'all love the dad bods, but every single romance novel I've ever read, which is probably in the hundreds, written by women, describe men as tall, broad shoulders, athletes, strong, big old biceps, thick old forearms, veins, abs. The math is not mathing.
No, women lie about the whole dad bod thing because it's a wider pool of men that will treat them like they're the prize. Do you understand? When women see men who are in shape, who walk with confidence, their head held high. I said this in a prior video. You scream, you don't run shit here. They understand I won't be able to run shit here. So I'd rather go with this guy who I'm going to be able to run, because I'm not disciplined anyway. I'm not good with structure anyway. So this dude will serve me more. And if I ever want to step out and have fun, I'll go with that guy. But it's not for the long haul, because there's going to be rules and expectations there. You understand how that works? And guys are always like, well, you can make a lot of money. Well, I make a lot of money in this blah, 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 blah. Do you know that getting in shape is less effort than making a boatload of money, yet still dudes are not in shape? Let's really slow that down. It takes more effort to go make $1 million than to get in shape. You don't make $1 million in 3 months. You don't make $1 million in 6 months. In all cases across the board, right? In most cases across the board, you don't make $1 million in 3 to 6 months. I don't care how good your business startup is, right? But you could do that with your body. So it's not all about the money. It's about how you feel about yourself, and the mind and the body is connected. Let's get into the next clip.
There is a reason that women are so attracted to men that are muscular and strong and have really honed the physical structure of their bodies, and why it is viewed as being so attractive. And it's not for a superficial reason, despite what the internet may think. So women's bodies, when they first come into contact with a partner that they would be sort of like opening to the possibility of it being a long-term partnership with, is they'll look for signals in the body as to whether or not they feel safe with this male. Women's bodies only open up and can effectively experience the deepest levels of joy when it comes to intimacy as well, when they feel safe with a male. And muscular bodies and men that have really honed their ability to hold the strength within their own body display a physical manifestation of safety, because they would be able to physically protect the woman. It's a physical display of strength. And so within that, because the woman can see there's a physical display of strength, it leans into her being able to be softer and more receptive, and as a result of that, open up more deeply to the connection, which means there would be a much higher level of satisfaction because she feels safe with him.
Another thing, when I'm talking about the mind and the body are connected. See, you gotta be better than a woman. You gotta be. What helps your chances of that just off rip? Your aura, your posture, your confidence, the way you present yourself. You can never go back. Your first impression, that's gonna tell a lot about you. The first impression. See, men don't get this. They don't get this. That's why they're always like, how do I get the hot woman, the best of the best, the 8s, 9s, and 10s? A woman has to view you as better than her. Straight up. So in any regard, whatever you have to do to be the top guy, it would serve you better when we're talking about dating and attraction. Because guys are like, I don't want to be used. Yeah, it doesn't feel good to be used, but see, a woman needs to view you as the best guy that she can get. So best believe there's something in there for her too. So even when a woman likes you, she's using you because you're confident, you're funny, she can bring you around, she likes to have sex with you, you're physically appealing, when you're naked, you look good. She's using you, bro. Just how is she going to be using you? In a positive manner or in a negative manner? But guys always want the woman who they view as better than them. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. And this is exactly why guys don't understand dating. I give up. Or why is it only that these women over here want me, but these women don't want me over here? Have you ever considered that maybe the women that you really want, you're not their ideal type? And not every woman's gonna like you. But always remember when I say this, right? You have to be viewed as better than the woman that you're going after. There is no equals here. None. So when you're in shape, a woman views you as a safe space, confident. He leads himself. He can lead me. He takes after himself. He'll take after me. You understand? It starts with the body, and the mind are connected. And the whole thing about being better, see, a guy would think that it's this loud, obnoxious behavior, this energy. No, bro. No. Women could feel this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let a woman tell you herself.
The one thing I love about a man is when he has this quiet yet commanding presence and demeanor about himself, and he's not loud or arrogant. He doesn't have to demand respect, but something about his character and the way he carries himself, he commands respect without saying a word. I love that. And I remember this one in particular I dated in my early 20s, young and immature, but we dated, and I remember he had this presence about himself that where I just knew when he come in the room, tighten up. I just knew, Kiki, you're not gonna be talking to that man crazy. You gonna have to watch your tone sometimes with that man. You ain't gonna be arguing, fighting, getting loud, going back and forth, cussing with that man. Not because that's a man and he's so big and scary and he beat on his chest and I'm shrinking and scared. No, but because that's a respectable man. That's an honorable man, and he will leave your ass. He ain't doing that foolishness with you. And I like that. Big dog. There's a big difference in having that demeanor versus having to beat on your chest, be loud, be arrogant, be scary, and demand respect. Because if you got to do all of that, you actually lose my respect. But it's something about that that character of a man that just naturally commands it. You either got it or you don't.
The aura, the body, the presence, it speaks for itself. Once again, what did I say? They know I don't run shit here. I will not be able to run shit there. You don't have to argue with a woman, go back and forth with her, try to make her see it your way, try to hurt her feelings, try to play these phone games and all of this nonsense. No, not at all. They know who they can play with and they know who they can't play with. So even in the title, about respect, women know. They know already, bro. They're not kids. But when you have this presence about you, this aura about you, it's gonna stem from your physique. The way you carry yourself, your haircut, the way you groom yourself. I'm telling you, the way you put your clothes together. Even if you're in a work uniform, it's ironed, it's crisp, tucked in, hugs the body, physique is on point. You're a gentleman. When you do speak, you say stuff and it actually matters. You're a guy that's to be respected. Women understand all of this. The part that guys miss, right, is that they think they have to explain a bunch of things, say a bunch of things. No, and actually the less you say, it's like the better it helps you. It helps you with them and it helps you understand everything because you're doing more observing rather than talking. You're listening rather than blabbing. Women respect you when you respect yourself, and it's easy to tell. Let's get the next one.
You could be a multimillionaire, but if you are not in shape, you are unsuccessful. I don't care how much money you have. If you are out of shape, you missed the fundamental pillar of success, which is your body, how you look, how you feel, your health. Y'all, I'm not saying that you have to be this shred demon, six-pack abs. I'm not saying that. But if you are overweight or obese and just completely out of shape, do not take care of yourself, you have compromised the one asset that you have that is irreplaceable. You can get lipo, or you can do this and you can do that, but can you actually be in shape? Can you buy that? Can you buy muscle? No, you can't. You can buy being skinny. You can buy a fat ass. You can buy titties, whatever. But can you buy health? Can you buy being in shape? And you most certainly cannot buy muscle.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And it's very victim mindset, bro. It's very just weird when guys run to this whole, well, he's fat and he makes money. Well, I know a fat guy who pulls women, and I know this fat guy, and I know this fat guy. Why are you fighting tooth and nail to be fat? To be out of shape? To be just like the next guy? Why? Why? Health is wealth, bro. And I'm telling you, bro, this is why it'll even scare off some women too, because they understand that you're just not going for anything. You don't play about yourself. So you're not going to be playing about energy that you're receiving. You understand? This is why women don't want to go with dudes who feel good about themselves. This is exactly why a lot of goofy women, right? They don't like to see a man enjoying his peace, enjoying his space. Why you always got to do that? Why you always got to do this with things that better himself? That's why they don't like that. The gym is the #1 way that you show, yo, bro, I'm not letting up. I'm not letting up. And some women are going to find it very attractive and sexy because they want to be led by a masculine man. But I'm going to always say this because it comes back to this when guys are like, well, women don't want me for a long-term relationship because they view me a certain type of way. Bro, that's not your problem. You know, the old 50 Cent song, if I can't get money with you, then F you. Like, I don't care. I don't care. You'll be better off dealing with me than not dealing with me. And if you think that you'll do better not dealing with me, then go find better. But I'm telling you, this whole cope of you can make a lot of money and it's money and it's money and it's this and I have this and I have that and I have that. Yeah, but you don't have what's for free. You don't have what's for free. And there's so many things that come along with that. See, money is fake confidence, bro. Money and all of that stuff, it brings you fake stuff. Because the moment that leaves, what are you left with? When it's time to get naked, the money ain't talking, and I don't care, bro. Genuine desire. Genuine desire, you want to replace that with money so money could buy happiness. That's cool too. But all I'm saying is, bro, it's so simple to get in shape. I don't understand why people don't understand that. You can have no money. You can have no money. And people assume a bunch of things about you just off of how you carry yourself in your physique because it's the respect factor there. Watch this next one.
You ain't got no hoes and you ain't got no confidence. Take your funky ass to the gym. You might not have no money. You might not have no hoes. But you gonna have muscles. And sometimes the most mediocre looking motherfucker can go to the gym and look 1,000 times better. I don't know what the fuck it is about going to the gym and building muscle, bitch, but that can have a motherfucker go from a -2 to a 6. I swear to God, building muscle and everything right, making the skin glow and just eating healthy food, that shit do something to some people. Now, some folks just can't fix the ugly, but you take a normal ugly motherfucker and put him in the gym, bitch, I bet they be a bad bitch, or I bet that motherfucker go from being a butt ugly shoe, the bottom of the shoe looking motherfucker, to a damn 10. I swear to God. Say I'm lying. Go to the gym, bitch. I'm telling you.
See, you can have nobody, you can have no chicks, you can have nothing. Get your ass in the gym. And even what I said before, you have no money, but you in the gym, you got the physique. The physique is cold, it's gonna open up doors for you. People gonna think you got shit. It's not about what they think. All I'm saying is, it represents that you're going to get respected, bro. You're not to be played with. You're not. And she said one thing in here that I want to touch on real quick. She said even the most mediocre looking dude will look better. See, the male gaze tells you you got to have a chiseled jawline and all of this stuff. Bro, if you look at your height, right, and you see what the average weight that you need to be is, right, and you go 5 pounds below that, you're going to have a jawline. Your jaw's going to be defined. You're going to look lean. It's not hard to figure out. You match your clothes. The colors match. The clothes hug your body. You're going to look like somebody who's a problem. You're going to become a threat. You understand? Women view attractive men as threats, but smart women understand that I can benefit here. I'm going to go in that direction no matter what my fears are or what this is and what that is. Get your ass in the gym. Get your ass in the gym. It's crazy how you don't even need to go to the gym. You can go to the park, jungle gym, monkey bars. A lot of parks now have pull-up bars, dip bars, push-up bars. It's so easy to get in shape. Or you could walk 10K steps in a day and then do some extra cardio for 45 minutes a day. It does not take a lot to get in shape. But all I'm saying is these women are spilling the beans on stuff out here. And men just continue to not listen. Shout out to all my brothers that are actually improving themselves. Because what you'll find out is, right, see, most men will say this video is cope. What he's saying is lies. They only like this, and you got to be this height, and you got to be this, and blah, 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 blah. But every dude who actually puts himself out there and not even talking to women, cold approach or whatever, he goes to work, and he works around a lot of women. He goes out to department stores. He has to talk to cashiers and people like that, right? Men who get in shape will tell you is night and day. It's like walking through a door and you're in a new world now. You're in a completely different world now. Because you're actually seen. You're actually seen. You're not invisible anymore. So you're gonna have these interactions. And it's gonna show you quickly. This person respects me. This person thinks about me. This person wants to talk to me. This person sees value in me. They don't know how much is in my bank account. They don't know what my credit score is. But they know one thing. I look like I'm not to be played with. I look like somebody who takes himself seriously. So at the end of the day, if you're taking yourself seriously, kudos to you. Keep it going, brother. Keep it going, brother. I love when I see a content creator and they're speaking on, you know, being attractive, being fit, the psychology around it, how to get in shape. I just love seeing this content because that's the content that's actually building brothers up. Not all of this, you know, well, women this, that, and women this, that, and women this, that, because they're giving us the game plan. We've been had the game plan. Guys know all of this stuff. Some men just refuse to accept what it is. You understand? And that leads you to a bigger demise than actually understanding what it is and adjusting. So this was Women Admit Why Attractive Men Who Are Fit Are Respected in Modern Dating. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. It's your boy JostenJ. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Fellas, if anybody in your life would ever stop you from working out, especially upper body, shoulders, biceps, triceps, to be specific, do not give up on working out, okay? Do not give up on working on those arms, because why? The bigger them arms get, the more attractive you are. Like, don't give up, babes. We love it over here. We love to see it.